Welcome to Cooking with Color for Kids, the cooking show that teaches you and your kids how to make healthy meals with colorful fresh fruits and vegetables. On today's show, we have 4 kids from 8 to 18 who have created fabulous dishes everyone can make at home. But first, let's meet our host Kristen Hess, the artful gourmet.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen. On today's show, I'll be making some healthy and delicious recipes for the holidays with a focus on the warm and vibrant colors of the season. My turkey pot pie has a rich golden brown crust with a cheesy filling, chock full of bright colorful veggies, green peas and green beans, orange carrots, and yellow corn. My herbed broccoli and cauliflower salad features the greens and white, mimicking the colors of holiday trees and snow. And lastly, my cinnamon apple cranberry sauce features the bright jeweled red colors celebrating the holiday season. We're also going to meet 3 amazing young chefs who have made their own dishes for the season. The dishes we're going to see today from our young chefs match the spirit of the annual Healthy Lunchtime Challenge recipe contest started by Epicurious Magazine and First Lady Michelle Obama. The recipes should be healthy. Veggies and fruits should make up half of the recipe and also include low-fat dairy, whole grains, and lean protein. Number 2, they should be delicious, fresh, simple, and yummy. Original, the dish should have something that you created and not one from a published source. Affordable, no fancy ingredients needed. And lastly, it should be meaningful. We want to learn the story of how you came to make this dish. Our chefs today are participants in Teen Battle Chef, a partnership with HealthCorps and Family Cook Productions Youth Development Program. HealthCorps was founded in 2003 by heart surgeon and daytime Emmy Award-winning host Dr. Mehmet Oz and his wife Lisa to combat the childhood obesity crisis. Joining us today with her students from New Utrecht High School in Brooklyn, New York is Jess Seiler, the HealthCorps coordinator at the school. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Kristen.
Thank you for joining us today on the show.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Teen Battle Chef program going on at HealthCorps and a little bit more about it?
Yes, absolutely. So HealthCorps is, in the Teen Battle Chef program, I teach kids how to cook healthy, affordable dishes that come from all over the world, many different cultural dishes, and they learn a lot of technical skills to take with them so that they can cook for themselves.
That's great. And how often do you do the cooking classes in the overall program? Is it something that's weekly, or do you guys do it once a month? Or
Teen Battle Chef meets once a week,
okay.
But I do a variety of activities in the school to promote healthy eating.
That's great. Now, how do you guys come up with your recipes? Is it something that you have a program where you sort of pre-choose the recipes, or do the kids bring in some of their own ideas?
In the beginning, we follow a curriculum that's provided by Teen Battle Chef to kind of expose them to a bunch of different kinds of foods. But towards the end, the students start bringing in recipes, whether it's from home or things that they've heard of that they want to learn how to make. So towards the end, they kind of drive the recipes.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
really great. So I just want to thank you so much for being on the show and telling us a little bit more about HealthCorps. And we're so excited that you brought your kids on the show as well. And we can't wait to see what they've made for us today.
Thank you.
So let's take a look now at what the HealthCorps kids have made for us today. First, we are going to meet Brianna. We're so glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you made and what it's all about? What is this delicious thing?
I made jambalaya, and I made it because I'm a part of the TBC program, and it was my favorite dish that we made there. So I thought that I would bring it here to show all of you.
It looks amazing. What is in the jambalaya?
Well, there is parsley, diced green and red peppers, onions, seasoned rice, tomatoes, and sausage.
It smells really good, first of all, but it looks delicious, bright and colorful.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how you made the dish.
I diced the red and yellow peppers, and I sauteed them with onions in a pan with olive oil, and I added the tomatoes and water with the boxed rice.
Okay.
But if you were to cook it fresh, you would use seasoning.
Okay.
And I added the sausage next.
Okay.
And then when it's done, you let it simmer. And at the end, I added parsley as a garnish.
It looks really delicious. So it's sort of a nice, comforting one-pot dish, something that's kind of nice for the, fall and the holidays. Is there a particular reason, other than that, why you chose the dish? Is it something that, you've made before, or is it a family recipe?
Yeah, my dad, he makes this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's good to, make something that you make at home, to share with other people so they can have a sense of what your cooking is about.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, and it smells delicious, and I can't wait to try it. And now we are going to meet Raquel, another student from HealthCorps. Hello, Raquel.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on the show, and
you.
I am so excited to see what you made for us today because it looks and it smells wonderful. How did you get that nice, gorgeous golden brown crust on the top?
You kind of just bake it for 60 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's a nice slow bake. And then is this a normal dessert that you usually serve with your family, or is it a traditional thing? Why did you choose the dish for today?
It's a normal dessert for my family because I've Spanish background, so
Okay.
it's like Spanish flan is usually something most Spanish families do. I chose this because this is one of my favorite dishes, and my mother always does it. Always made it since I was younger.
Oh, okay. So it's something you guys usually serve during the holidays and Thanksgiving. Well, thank you so much. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to try it. So now we are going to meet Ifsa. Thank you so much for being on the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. I'm so excited to hear what these gorgeous things are and what you brought for us today. Can you tell us what they are and a little bit about how you made it?
Well, I've brought you some spring rolls, which are basically made out of beef and some potatoes. And I added some onions for just some taste. And then I have this mint type sauce with some green chilies in it.
Oh, that's this really nice thing right here.
Yeah, and I usually make this at home for my younger siblings because it's just a very easy and a very thing to do, and they actually enjoy it. So I learned this from my mom.
Okay.
My mom actually just teaches me whatever she is doing. So I learned how to cook for my mom.
That's awesome. What are is this just an egg roll wrapper?
No, it was actually I got sheets from from the market, and I actually made the filling at home.
Oh, okay. So is it like a wheat or a whole flour type?
No, it was just a regular spring roll sheet that you get from the market.
Okay, that's cool. And then you just put the little sprinkle inside, roll it up.
Yeah.
And do you bake them? Do you fry them?
No, I actually fry them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then this looks like a gorgeous sauce. Is there a little bit of yogurt in that? Or?
Yeah, there's yogurt just for just that sweet taste so that it's not that spicy.
It looks wonderful. So is this something that you normally cook with your family during the holidays, or why did you choose the dish?
It's basically when I'm doing this, I usually don't cook it for my entire family. I do this for my younger siblings and everybody.
Okay.
But I actually learned this because if it's a very easy thing to do. So whenever you're hungry, you don't need to when you don't have time, you just take them out of the freezer and
make
just
a quick snack or something like that. Well, they're so awesome, and I can't wait to try them. And thank you so much for bringing them with us today. I just want to thank all of you guys for coming on the show, Cooking with Color for Kids, and we're so happy to have you on, and great dishes. Now that you've seen the fantastic dishes that our young chefs have made, you can vote for your favorite dish by going online to www.eDiningNews.com/poll. Can't wait to hear from you. So today I am going to make an awesome turkey pot pie that's really great for the holidays when you have leftover turkey and veggies. It's really easy to make. It's going to have some frozen vegetables that you are going to just mix in with a yummy cheese sauce. We have some shredded turkey, a little bit of cheese, some fresh thyme, and then we have a gorgeous puff pastry. So I'm going to show you how to actually make it to get a beautiful golden brown crust like this. I normally get the frozen vegetables, one package of green beans and then another package of the mixed vegetables. So you have a little bit of bright colors in there with your corn and your carrots and your green beans. You're going to get a large skillet, and what you're going to do is add both of the packages in there, and then you're going to take some of your Parmesan cheese. It's sort of like a yummy Alfredo sauce, and you're going to heat that up into the pan with a little bit of fresh thyme for about 5 minutes until it's all heated through. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. You're going to just mix that in. And this is a super easy way to use up all that leftover turkey. And if you don't want to use frozen vegetables, you can actually use some of your leftover, broccoli, carrots, corn, anything you'd like, just to give it some nice color. So you're going to mix that all up in the pan. Throw a little bit of the cheese in there and a little bit of the fresh thyme. You can use dried thyme if you can't find the fresh, but this has so much more flavor and it's prettier. So I just take the stems and kind of sprinkle that in there. And again, you're going to cook this for about 5, 6, 7 minutes until it gets nice and mixed through and heat it up. And then you're going to take your pre-cooked shredded turkey. You can use white meat or white and brown meat, whichever one you like, but you're going to just mix that in there and heat it through probably like another 5, 6 minutes, something like that, until it gets nice and creamy and bubbly. And then what you're going to do, once you get this all mixed up, I'm going to throw a little more sauce in. You're basically going to spray your pan, and you're going to put this cooked mixture into, you can do a casserole pan, you can do a round baking dish, you could even do little small individual pot pies if you like, whatever you feel like. So we're going to add this into the pan here. Like I said, make sure it's a little bit coated. And you're just going to spread that all in. And of course you want to heat your oven to 400 beforehand. And then you're going to do, I have actually a puff pastry sheet today, which gives this nice sort of puffy, crunchy topping, but you can actually use just a regular pie crust if you like. You're welcome to make your own, but the refrigerated ones are just as easy. And all you do is they're frozen. You let them defrost a little bit. This is a Silpat, which is basically like silicone mat, and it's great for rolling out pre-made pastry dough. You could also use a little parchment paper, throw a little flour on there. The pastry sheets come in squares. You want to make sure that they're a little bit chilled, not frozen, otherwise you're not going to be able to open them, but you don't want them to be melted either. There's a lot of butter in here. So all you're going to do is take, this is puff pastry. It's already got a little bit of flour on it. You're just going to kind of shape it to whatever size and shape that you want to go on top of your pot pie. So since I have a rectangle, I'm just going to push this out a little bit. And then you're going to take this. I'm just going to flip it over a little. We're going to put it on here, just stretch it so that it goes over the edge. And then all you're going to do, and like I said, you can trim the edges a little bit. You're going to just cut some little slits so you can let some of the air out. You could even do a cute little design on here if you want to cut out a rooster or a turkey. Then you're going to just take some egg wash. You're going to brush this all on the top. You're going to bake it in the oven for about 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And when you're done, you're going to just garnish it with a little salt and some thyme, and you have a gorgeous, creamy, cheesy pot pie for Thanksgiving and the holidays. My turkey pot pie is a great way to use turkey and vegetable leftovers from your Thanksgiving dinner, and is super easy and fun to make. It has a rich golden brown pie crust with a cheesy filling, chock full of bright, colorful veggies, green peas and green beans, orange carrots, and yellow corn. First, you want to coat a large baking dish with some cooking spray and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Then you want to take your leftover turkey and vegetables and mix them together. You can either shred or dice the turkey into small cubes, whatever you prefer. I like using a frozen veggie medley because it has a bunch of colorful vegetables, and they're easy to just throw in a pan with the rest of the turkey and your cheese. But if you want to use some chopped leftover veggies like corn or green beans or broccoli from your holiday meal, you can also do that. You're going to combine your fresh or frozen veggies with the Alfredo sauce and thyme, and then cook and stir it until it comes to a boil. Then you're going to stir in the turkey, the Italian cheese, a little salt and pepper, mix it and heat it through, and then transfer it to the large baking dish. Get your pie crust out and roll it into a large circle. Cut a few slits on top. Crimp the edges, brush the pie dough with a little bit of egg white and some Parmesan cheese, and then you're going to bake it in the oven for about 22 to 25 minutes until the crust is golden brown. Let it cool, and then when you serve it, garnish with a little additional fresh herbs, salt and pepper at the end, and enjoy. So next we're going to make my crunchy herbed cauliflower and broccoli salad. It's a great side dish to make for the holidays because it's a little bit lighter than some of the other broccoli and green bean casseroles that have the, fat and mushroom and cheese and things in them. So we're going to lighten it up a little bit for the holidays. What you're going to do is you're going to take a head of fresh broccoli and a head of cauliflower, and you're going to cut them up into florets, so not super chopped, but nice big pieces like you can see here. What I did was I steamed them for a couple of minutes just to get them a little bit cooked and crunchy, but not overcooked because you don't want the veggies to wilt. So you're going to just, basically cook them for a couple minutes, either boil them or steam them. And then you're going to put them all in a big mixing bowl like this. Next, what I did is I made a really light and tasty vinaigrette, which has about half a cup of olive oil. It's got a little bit of lemon juice, a chopped shallot, and there's also a little bit of chopped green onions in there. And you're just going to whisk it all together. You can even throw a little vinegar in if you'd like. So you're going to make your vinaigrette ahead of time, and then you're going to actually just pour that all over your salad. Make sure to get all the yummy stuff in there. And you're just going to toss this very lightly. So it's almost like a salad instead of a baked dish. Now, once you're done with that, I'm going to add a little extra herb, just a little tiny bit of thyme. It's just a really nice herb. You could also throw in a little bit of chives, maybe a little parsley, whatever herbs that you like. But it's all about adding a little bit more flavor. So you're going to just pick some of that, just a dash salt, a little dash of pepper, and you're going to mix this together. And it just has a really nice light flavor from the lemon and the olive oil. And you can serve it chilled or you could serve it room temperature, but it's just a nice light dish. And then what's kind of fun, just to give a little extra crunch and flavor, is I get those little crunchy French fried onions and just kind of crumble those across the top. You could also do maybe some toasted breadcrumbs. It just gives a little extra crunch and tiny bit of carbs, but not as much as you normally get with your broccoli casseroles. And that is it. It is super easy, absolutely delicious. It's got this nice light flavor, and that's it. My herbed broccoli and cauliflower salad is a healthy and fresh side dish that features green and white, mimicking the colors of the holiday trees and the snow. You're going to take a few cups of cauliflower and chopped broccoli, and then you're going to boil or steam them for a few minutes, 3 to 5, until fork tender. Drain and let cool for a few minutes. While you're doing that, you're going to make an herbal vinaigrette dressing by mixing up your olive oil, some fresh parsley and chives, a little bit of shallot, lemon juice, salt and pepper, and you're going to mix it all together and add it to all the cooked veggies, tossing evenly to coat, and then you're going to place the entire mixture in a large casserole dish to serve. Then you're going to garnish the salad with a little extra grated Parmesan cheese and some crunchy fried onion rings or toasted breadcrumbs for extra crunch. Then all you need to do is season it with a little more salt and pepper, Sprinkle a little extra herbs on top if you like, and then serve warm or chilled, and it's a great side dish to your holiday meal. So it would not be the holidays without some cranberry sauce, but what I usually do is make it from scratch. And today we're going to do a little bit of a twist because it's going to be a little bit of apple, a little bit of cranberry, and a little bit of orange in there. So it's going to have a nice fresh and healthy flavor for today. So instead of that canned stuff, we're going to make some from scratch. So what you're going to do is you're going to get some dried cranberries, 1 package. You can find them where you can find all your dried fruits in the grocery store. And you're going to get actually a large saucepan on the stove. You're going to dump in your cranberries, and then you're going to just get 2 cups of cranberry juice, and you're going to dump that in there and heat it over like maybe a medium to medium high heat so it starts to boil a little bit. In here I have a couple tablespoons of honey and a couple tablespoons of brown sugar, which you can just sort of dump in there and imagine that we are boiling this on the stove. So that's going to get mixed in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to cook that on high to almost a boil for about 5 minutes. And what it's going to do is it's going to sweeten it, and the cranberries are going to start to get plump. If you don't want to use the brown sugar and the honey, you could use a cup of just regular sugar. But I like the flavors of the honey and the brown sugar because it just gives it a nice sort of warm, caramely flavor, which is really nice for the holidays. So then once you cook this on the stove for about 5 to 6 minutes, starts boiling a little bit, you're going to take 2 Gala apples. You could also use Honeycrisp or any other apple that's really good for cooking. What I do is core them. I leave the skins on because that's where all the nutrition is. And then just do them in a nice little dice. And you're going to add those to the pan of the boiling cranberry and cranberry juice. And then you're going to let that cook for maybe another 5-6 minutes, something like that, until the apples start to soften. And, you know, if it starts boiling too hard, you can totally reduce the heat a little bit. But the point is you want to start getting this to thicken a little bit and make sure that all the veggies are starting to get plump and soft. And it's going to smell really good. Oh, and one thing I totally forgot, a little bit of cinnamon, just a tiny dash. Or you could also take 1 or 2 cinnamon sticks while you're boiling the apples and the cranberries, and it's going to give that cinnamon flavor. And then when you're done with those, you just take it out. Obviously, you don't want to eat the cinnamon stick. It's going to give that nice, delicious cinnamon flavor. Once this starts boiling, it's going to start to thicken a little bit, but you want to actually thicken it a little bit more. So what I've done is taken a couple teaspoons. I've got some of the hot liquid. You take about a cup of that out, and you mix it in with some cornstarch. And this is going to make a slurry, which is going to actually thicken a little bit more. And I usually whisk it together just to kind of get the juice and the cornstarch mixed together. This is going to go in the pot with the boiling, heated cranberries and all that other good stuff in there. And then you're going to mix that up, and you're going to let it boil for maybe a couple more minutes. Then you're going to take it off the heat and actually let it sit for a while. And what it's going to do, it's going to just thicken on its own. So what you're going to actually get is something beautiful like this. It's really nice. It's not too sweet. It's not too tart. My favorite part, you're going to let it chill. I would probably put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to an hour before you serve it. And then right before you serve it, I take some orange and a little zester. You could even use a little box grater on the fine one if you want. Take some orange, and you're going to just zest a little bit of the orange in there. And it is a beautiful, fresh, bright, zesty flavor that goes really, really great with the cranberries and the apples and all that good stuff. And that's it. You have a really nice side dish for the holidays. My cinnamon apple cranberry sauce features the bright jewel red colors celebrating the holiday season and is a great side dish for the turkey pot pie. It's a great combination of tart flavors from the cranberries and apples and grated orange peel with a touch of brown sugar and honey for a little extra sweetness. This is a really easy recipe to make. You simply need to get some sweet dried cranberries and mix them in a saucepan with some cranberry juice, cinnamon, brown sugar, and honey, and then you're going to bring it to a boil and let cool for about 5 minutes. Then you're going to add your chopped apples, cook them until they're soft and tender for another 5 minutes, stirring the whole mixture together. You're going to take about a cup of the liquid out of the saucepan and add a couple teaspoons of cornstarch to thicken it up. Then you're going to slowly add that back into the pan and stir for another 5 minutes or so. Once it's done, you're going to let it cool a little bit and refrigerate the sauce for about 30 minutes. And then when you're ready to serve, you can garnish it with some fresh orange peel. Don't forget to remove the cinnamon sticks if you're using those, and serve it with your holiday dinner. So that's it for our show today. We hope you enjoyed it and also learned something too. Please join us for more healthy, colorful recipes and cooking tips next time on Cooking with Color for Kids. And don't forget to visit www.eDiningNews.com/poll to vote and participate in the live polls for our show today.
HealthCorps anthem. Get up and start standing up for your health yourself until you raise those standards. Answers. About time we moved into all these communities, helping the minds and body of youth, educating student body, get them back on their feet, cause health is a lifestyle, not just a diet. In a matter of weeks we're here. No fear of change, we'll be ready to make a difference the moment you call our name.
When you call my name, maybe we can work till you learn to walk again. If you break, I'll be there to pick up the pieces. Pick yourself up on the ground, that time is now. Oh, time is now.
Look into these eyes, find the focus in something good for the people. It's about time we get going. No, we're not talking hobbies, it's getting up every day, unleashing the power of young minds and bodies, cause these young minds and bodies, they're taking charge of freedom of wellness that breathes like a light that was meant for the stars, cause they were meant for the stars. Know they can do it, don't believe the supports while you're talking to us students. Commitment to the vision, the mission of better fitness, long ways to go but we'll disregard distance. Listen, it's a team effort you're seeing.